Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today another video about copper versus gold versus Bitcoin. Why I think all three are important, especially now that today gold is reaching another all-time high, silver is reaching another all-time high, and I think copper is doing something very interesting as well. So let's get into it. Oh, by the way, stay tuned towards the end of the video. I have another couple of freebies. You might not want to miss that. All right, let's get into it. All right guys, here we are. So as I said, gold today absolutely flying again, another all-time high. Silver today not an all-time high, but yesterday it did, crashed all the way down, now is going just as fast back up again. Copper today, to me it looks like it's ready to get to start breaking out, and I think a lot of interest is forming. Twitter is full of it, and basically, if you follow my Twitter page, you know I've shared countless of articles where basically S&P Global is saying that in the future the supply will massively increase, or the demand will massively increase, and the supply will either stay the same or become less, the available amount of copper, which basically means there aren't enough copper deposits, there isn't enough ways to mine them. There just isn't going to be enough supply. Now, if we have a shortage of supply, what's going to happen? The demand stays the same or increases, so price paid for that asset will increase massively as well. We're seeing this now on gold, we're seeing this on silver, we've seen it on platinum, we've seen it on almost everything that's rare. Now, what is also rare? Bitcoin is also rare. Now, right now, of course, Bitcoin isn't at its all-time high. It's down. However, it is nowhere near its bear market levels yet. And I think while metals are stealing the show, Bitcoin is definitely interesting to buy. What is also very interesting, historically, when copper went up, altcoins started going up. So, of course, I've been talking about LUNC Classic, I've been talking about Zebek, I've been talking about ICP. All these fundamentally good altcoins are also basically poised, similar to Bitcoin and similar to copper, ready to break out. We're just needing that little catalyst to push it higher. Now, historically, when copper started pushing and gold started slowing down, that's when copper started performing well, but also altcoins ironically started to push higher. So it could very well happen that if copper does break out of this range, it goes back up, that we could see a similar rise on copper versus Bitcoin versus crypto or versus gold, but we could also see something happen to altcoins because these historic trends tend to repeat a lot. So that could happen. I'm not saying it will, but I own every single thing we just talked about. So yes, I own some gold, which is already in profit. I own silver, which is already in profit. Even silver I bought last week is in profit. And I posted this in my free Discord. I told you I had some freebies, so feel free to check that out. The link to my Discord is in the description down below. I've been posting about these metals for weeks now, and I think copper is going to be the next one. I think copper, with the supply shock that's coming, if it's not now, it's going to be in a couple of weeks, in months, maybe a year, but it is going to happen. And similarly, I think Bitcoin, I've said it before, Bitcoin in the 80s is a good price to buy Bitcoin. Technically, if it does go lower, it would be even better, but there is no reason for me not to DCA into this, were it not that I already bought at this price. So as I said in the last video, I already bought Bitcoin at this price. So that's why I'm waiting. Do we go lower? Instantly, I'm going to buy more. But it could very well mean if we get another bull run, we will never see prices in the 80s again. I think it's very unlikely that we'll see Bitcoin back at 50K like roughly 2 years ago. We had Bitcoin at dirt cheap prices. I think we're not going to hit those lows again. If we do crash, we're going to go to higher levels because there's more holders of Bitcoin, more people who think in the future it's going to be worth more. So not everyone is going to panic sell anymore. I think that is going to happen with Bitcoin. I think that's going to happen with gold, silver, and eventually copper. And that is how I'm looking at this stuff. Now, are you interested in also trading stocks or trading metals as opposed to just trading crypto? I have right now a very special promo because I am a popular investor on a platform called eToro. If you want to join that, there is a link in the description below. You get up to $500 in free stocks if you deposit your trading balance. I think a minimum is a couple $100. You can get up to $500 in stocks, and that'll be one of these, or maybe multiple of these, multiple portions. It's going to be Spotify, Netflix, Apple, McDonald's, Disney, and after you receive them, you're free to do with them whatever you like. You can sell them, you can trade them, you can leverage them. Not that I'm saying you should, but you can do whatever you want with it. So that's completely free. But you could also sell it and buy gold or silver or copper or something else. And that's completely up to you. So if you want to trade on something other than a crypto exchange, or you don't have a stockbroker yet, you can feel free to use that link, and you can get up to $500 in stocks for free, which I think is a very good deal. If you're already thinking of trading, or if you're already trading, why not grab those free stocks? That to me makes a lot of sense. All right, back to crypto. Today we are up a little bit. I think it's euphoria, which is seeping over. As the dollar is weakening, people are looking for alternatives. I've talked about this before as well. Bitcoin, I said, will always start following that trend. I do think the enormous hype on metals right now is taking away from the crypto market. It's good to see we're above $3 trillion again, but I wonder if we're going to hold it if this metal rush keeps going. And what I think personally will happen is now gold and silver are absolutely going crazy. I think platinum is doing really well as well. And pretty much every single metal, and copper is the only one lagging behind, but it has the same indication of scarcity in the future, if not worse than other metals. And copper is used in pretty much every electronic product or every residential building. It's used in pretty much everything we can imagine. There is a little bit of copper in there. So a massive shortage on that to me screams that the price is going to go up, especially considering all the other assets had the same problem and are already going up. Now, it could be some leverage and it could be some hype, but fundamentally, to me, it says it's going to go up. So why not own a little bit of it, or own a little bit of the supply chain of it? Because if you own the supply chain, mining companies, etc., they're already making profits. So holding those stocks, to me, makes pretty good sense. And I won't say it can only go up, because obviously there is always a risk in these things. It's not always a straight shot up. Yes, we can get a bear market on copper for a couple of years. I don't expect it to happen, but it could happen. But I'm 100% prepared to hold it. And with the hype surrounding it, I mean, like I said, entire Twitter is full of posts like, yes, copper is the second most used material by the DoD, Department of Defense. Now, what are we spending massive amounts of money on? Europe is spending $800 billion on defense, on copper, on ammunition. America's paying this. They're probably, I'm not saying they will, but I'm waiting on the speech of Trump right now regarding Iran. Maybe he is going to attack Iran, so he's going to need more ammunition. Ukraine, Russia still isn't resolved. Israel, Gaza, technically it's just in a ceasefire. It's not resolved either. So every single thing is going to use copper. And even when they start rebuilding, so if Ukraine and Russia make peace tomorrow, the entirety of Ukraine needs to be rebuilt, and every single building uses copper, uses wiring, uses chips, computers, whatever. Every single thing requires copper. So to me, screams that the price is going to go up. Especially, I won't even say price, the demand is going to go up. And if demand goes up, why doesn't the price go up? Especially if there's a supply shortage, and especially if that shortage is expected to increase in the future. So yeah, I've bought a lot of copper, I've bought a lot of silver, I've bought a lot of gold, and now I think copper is going to be the trade of the year, in all honesty, or at least my trade of the year. And the next part, what I'm waiting for is, do we then rotate into altcoins? Like, are altcoins after copper the thing that starts flying? Maybe Bitcoin as well. Maybe we see a first rotation into Bitcoin and then into copper. But either way is fine. If it does happen, it's completely fine. I do expect to see a cool down on metals a little bit in some time, but nobody knows where. And it doesn't matter. We've bought our metals. We're in profits. If we're not in profits yet, we can buy dips. Technically we know what's going to happen. So that sets us up perfectly for trading. All right, I'm going to repeat the freebies one more time. Free Discord in the description down below, guys. Check that out. Other than that, by the way, I also have the eToro link. So if you want to trade stocks, if you want to trade gold, metals, silver, copper, whatever, you can get up to $500 in stocks for free through eToro, through my link, because I am a popular investor on that platform. You can get Disney, Spotify, Visa. It's at random. You get a bunch of these stocks or a few of these stocks. And yeah, if you sign up, use that link. You can either sell, own, whatever, do whatever with them once you've deposited a certain amount of money. And then afterwards, you're free to do with it what you want. All right. I'm going to close out this video on that. I will see you on the next one, guys. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, or just join the Discord and join the chat in there. And I also post all my stock trades in there. It's a little bit difficult to do that on YouTube, but in my Discord, I try to share as much of what I do every day, or every trade I make, or every chart I look at. So feel free to join that. It's completely free. If you don't like it, you can always leave. All right. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.